Folks, you cannot go pointing fingers at someone who's already upset. Hi, I'm John, founder and president of Gentle Response, a consulting company that specializes in conducting very dynamic, realistic conflict de-escalation training seminars. Before I get going and forget, will you please hit that like and subscribe button for more informational videos? What I do now, especially since the pandemic hit, I go online and I find all these incidences and talk about how conflict de-escalation training, knowledge, and skills would have made a huge difference. And the incident I'm going to talk about today happened in Indianapolis at a McDonald's. Maybe you've seen the news or the video. But basically a drive-through order was wrong, and the girl, I'll call her Pink Girl because she was all in pink hair and all that. Pink Girl comes inside already upset. She stands at the counter for a few moments, and there's no sound to the video, and I'll have a link to it down below. And after a few moments, an employee comes up. I don't know, employee, manager, whatever, but staff member comes up. And the Pink Girl kind of angrily tosses her food and the receipt onto the counter, and the employee immediately snatches the receipt, the bag, and starts finger pointing at this girl. And you could tell by the body language that she's just probably blasting at this girl. Pink Girl, of course, starts blasting back. And in a few moments, the Pink Girl, the angry customer, starts leaning over the counter, at which point the employee slaps the girl in the face. Let's take a moment and talk about all that. Folks, number one, you cannot be pointing your finger at someone who's already upset, especially when you're within arm's distance. That's literally like at the top of the list of things not to do. When you're dealing with someone in a stressful confrontational situation, you do not start pointing fingers in their face. You sure as heck don't point it and tap them on the chest, but that didn't happen right here, but I've seen it happen. Folks, pointing your finger at someone who's already angry is a very antagonistic, confrontational posture and thing to do. And then, of course, this girl gets that much more upset. So now this whole situation is totally escalated because of the finger pointing. Let me ask you something. Do you think that had that manager, employee, staff member had just simply kept their mouth shut, kept their emotions and all that under control, simply refunded the money or given her her proper order, that any of this would have happened? Most likely not. And we would have seen an example of how to successfully and effectively de-escalate a situation. However, staffer hits her in the face, slaps her in the face, and creates a simple assault. Had the girl just stopped right there and had enough self-discipline and self-control for herself and called the police officers, the employee would have faced charges of simple assault. But no, she completely goes ballistic and goes unhinged. And folks, I do believe that nowhere in any organized, civilized society on this green earth is that type of behavior acceptable. How so? She goes ballistic, becomes unhinged, and she starts throwing things, and she's destroying property, and another employee, unfortunately, gets gashed in the head. And that is why the police are looking for her for a felonious assault, because she basically escalated an already escalated situation. Folks, you're dealing with someone who's loud, rude, obnoxious. Don't point your finger in their face, at their chest, whatever. Just don't do it. And you sure as heck don't be slapping people upside the head no matter how much you want to do it. You just can't. Assuming, of course, you're trying to de-escalate a situation. If you don't care and you want to slap someone upside the head, go for it. Then you deal with the consequences. But I'm just telling you, don't point fingers, don't hit people. And number two, let's talk about this girl who got upset with her order. Folks, accidents do happen. The world is not out to get you. The people at McDonald's, especially, you know, I don't know about you, but I've sat in drive-thrus where there's like 15, 20 cars. And every now and then, something's bound to happen. My order is wrong or someone's order is wrong. It's not the end of the world. If you want to go in and get a refund or just have them straighten it out, that's no problem. But to go ballistic and become unhinged like that, that's just wrong. Totally wrong. Folks, a little bit of empathy and compassion towards your fellow man and recognize, hey, it was a simple accident. Maybe you're upset for the inconvenience of having to go inside, but it wasn't meant to upset you, antagonize you, or ruin your day. Things happen. A little empathy and compassion towards your fellow man would go a long ways.